In the Verbringen of Shabbos Parshas Bei, Yuchvat Tovshin Lamed Zayin, the Rebbe spoke on the Rashi, which is printed in Likutei Sichos Chelik Tezayin, page 114, where Rashi asks, why did Rebbe should tell the Yidden to take the animal for the Korban Pesach 4 days before they would be makriv it? And Rashi answers that the Maskeh B'Cheresh said that the Eibishter was ready to take him out of Golas, but they needed mitzvahs to be zeicha for this, so he gave him the mitzvah of Dam Pesach and Dam Milah, and the Yidden were shtufim b'Avodah Zorah, they were very heavily involved in Avodah Zorah, etc., etc. So the Rebbe asked the Shaila, Rashi asked the question, why did they need 4 days to prepare for the Korban Pesach? And Rashi doesn't answer it. He goes into the whole thing, a long aricha has been negated, needed mitzvahs, and they were involved in Avodah Zorah, but Rashi doesn't give the answer to the question. So the Rebbe answered said that the answer lies in the words that Rashi said, that the Yidden were shtufim b'Avodah Zorah. They were heavily involved in Avodah Zorah. That's the answer. How? Because if they were heavily involved in Avodah Zorah, it's not enough just to take the behemoth and shecht it for a korban. That's a superficial thing. They needed to uproot the feeling of Avodah Zorah that they had, and that takes time. That's why the Eibishter gave them time before they were makrab the korban, time that they should think about it and they should uproot it from themselves. Now, how much time do they need? So they needed 4 days. And the Rebbe said, what is the cheshbon of 4 days? So he said that we know Rashi relies on things that he wrote before and not on things that he will write later. So here's something that Rashi wrote before, which explains the cheshbon of 4 days. And the Rebbe stopped for a moment. And I even think he gave a smile and said, like saying, where does Rashi say this? Like saying, does anybody remember where Rashi says it? And he waited for a moment, as if seeing the reaction of people. That's what it looked like. I even think he gave a smile, like saying, no, let's see. He didn't say those words, but as if saying, let's see, where does Rashi say it? And then he continued that Rashi by the Akedah says that, why did it take so long for Avram Avinu to go to the place where he would do the Akedah? It says, after Hashem spoke to him, the next day, Vayashkem Avram Ba'Beiken, and Bayem Ashlishi, the 3rd day, that's when he came. So Rashi says, because it would be much faster, people would say, Hashem caught Avram, so to speak, off guard, and on the spot he told him to do something, and he did it, but he didn't have time to think about it. Maybe if he would have thought about it, he wouldn't have done it. So the Eibishter gave him this amount of time, so he should think about it. How much days is it? So if you count the day when the Eibishter spoke to him, and then the next day started the 3 days, so when he got there, when he was doing this, was 4 days. So from here we see that when you give someone time to think about it and to put your mind to it, it takes 4 days. So here too, the Eibishter gave him 4 days. That's enough time to think and uproot Avodah Zorah that they were involved in. And that's what Rashi says. Even though he doesn't clearly say the answer, he has the kasha, why did he need 4 days? And the answer, they were shtufim Avodah Zorah, they were engrossed in Avodah Zorah. So automatically, if you only remember the Rashi from before, you will know why that's the answer to the question, why they needed 4 days. But I'm trying to bring out that when the Rebbe gave the answer from the Rashi, he made it as if he's asking a question and looking around to see, does anybody remember where Rashi says it? And then he continued answering the place where Rashi says it.